Hello, everyone, and welcome. To all the students of Europe Hotel School, it's great to have you here for this online briefing. My work has always been about blending technology with the perfect guest experience, and today we're going to dive into what I believe is the most critical skill for your future, becoming what we call a cultural chameleon in luxury hospitality.
This quote right here, it really sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. We are way past the point of this being a nice-to-have soft skill. For the luxury market of 2026 and well beyond, cultural fluency is a core business competency. It's just as vital as understanding your P&L or designing a beautiful lobby. This isn't just about being polite, it's about top-tier operational excellence.
So, what's behind this huge shift? Well, it's the guest. It's that simple. The entire profile of who a luxury traveler is has completely changed. We've moved from a pretty uniform, mostly Eurocentric model to a vibrant, diverse, and truly global clientele. And let me tell you, the old rulebook, it just doesn't apply anymore.
And this slide just illustrates that change perfectly. We're leaving behind an old standard that was frankly built on assumptions, a one-size-fits-all idea of excellence that we just exported around the world. The new global standard, on the other hand, is all about awareness. It demands careful, in-the-moment adjustments that create real cultural resonance. It is a complete and total paradigm shift.
Okay, this brings us to the very first most important step you have to take. It's all about your mindset. The absolute foundational skill here is moving away from cultural assumption, relying on stereotypes or just old ideas, and instead developing a sharp sense of cultural awareness. And you do that through empathetic, real-time observation.
Now, take a look at this because it shows you exactly why making assumptions is so risky. The very same style of service can be seen in completely opposite ways. That warm, bubbly, friendly approach that might be seen as great service in North America, to a guest from Japan, it could come across as intrusive, even unprofessional. And on the flip side, the quiet, discreet service that one guest finds respectful might make another feel like they're being ignored. This right here is why a single definition of good service just doesn't work anymore.
So, if it's all about perception, how do you get it right? Well, it all starts with mastering communication. And I mean really mastering it. It's about learning to listen not just to what people are saying, but also to what they're not saying.
The key idea to wrap your head around here is the difference between high context and low context communication. It's not about which one is better, it's about understanding where the real meaning in a conversation actually lives. So in low context cultures, the meaning is right there in the words being spoken. But in high-context cultures, the true meaning is found in everything around the words, the tone, the relationship, the situation.
This really breaks it down for you. In low-context places like the US or Germany, if a guest has a problem, chances are they're going to tell you about it directly. But in high-context cultures, think parts of Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, a guest might never, ever state a complaint out loud. They'll expect you to read the air, to pick up on their dissatisfaction from subtle cues. If you're just sitting there waiting for them to complain directly, believe me, you've already failed. I really want this point to sink in. Being able to read those unstated signals, that is what separates a pretty good hotelier from a truly great one. It's an elite-level skill that will let you anticipate what a guest needs and solve problems before they even have to say a word.
And of course, it's not just about listening with your ears, it's about active observation with your eyes. Are they making direct eye contact? How close are they standing to you? A firm handshake might be a sign of confidence in one culture, but could feel aggressive in another. Now, the goal here isn't to just mimic them. That would be awkward. It's about subtly adjusting your own style to make them feel comfortable and respected.
All right, so we've been talking about these small person-to-person skills, but let's zoom out and see how they create a massive impact on a strategic level. This isn't just for checking guests in. These exact same insights are absolutely crucial when you're in high-stakes negotiations, making a sale, or building those really important long-term business partnerships.
Just think about how major booking decisions get made. In a consensus-driven culture, say in Japan, the process can feel really slow. Why? Because everybody in the group needs to be on board. But here's the thing. Once they make that decision, implementation is lightning fast. Now, in a more hierarchical culture, one person usually makes the final call. The critical question you have to ask yourself is, do I know who the real decision maker in the room is? Getting that right is the key to closing the deal.
All these different skills we've talked about, the awareness, the communication, the adaptation, they all fall under one big umbrella we call cultural intelligence, or CQ.
The best way to think about it is as your professional agility. It's your ability to pivot, to shift from a very formal, respectful service style to a more relaxed, peer-to-peer one, maybe even in the same hour, all to meet the unique expectations of every single guest.
And why should the business care? Why does this matter to the bottom line? Well, this chart says it all. When a guest feels like you see and honor their cultural identity, they don't just become a happy customer, they become a powerful brand advocate. It drives that amazing online word of mouth and creates deep, lasting brand loyalty. And those outcomes are so much more valuable than just simple, one-time satisfaction. That's the real ROI of cultural intelligence.
So, as we start to wrap this up, I want to really hammer this main idea home. We're in a world where beautiful hotels and fancy amenities are becoming more and more common. So what makes you stand out? It's your ability to provide this kind of culturally intelligent service. That is the ultimate differentiator. It's what's going to set you and the property you work for completely apart from the competition.
I really want you to remember this sentence because honestly, anyone with enough money can build a 5-star property. But it takes a culturally intelligent professional to create a true 5-star experience. You are that bridge. This skill is what turns 4 walls and a roof into a place where people feel they truly belong.
This right here is the goal. This is the professional that you are all training to become. A cultural chameleon. Someone who is incredibly adaptable, deeply empathetic, and who understands that the greatest luxury isn't the thread count of the sheets or the food on the menu. It's the feeling of being profoundly seen, deeply respected, and truly at home, no matter where in the world you've come from. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to carry it with you through all of your studies and deep into your careers. Every single day, with every single guest interaction, I want you to ask yourself, how am I going to use my skills, my awareness, and my empathy to make this person feel profoundly seen and respected? The answer to that question will define your success and, I believe, the future of luxury hospitality itself. Thank you.